Okay, hello and welcome in this video where I will be going over my daily routine. And I've done this perhaps already 2 or 3 times in the past, and I think it's quite compelling to do this at a regular interval to display my own habits and see how they change over time. So I was in Europe over the past 3 months, or I got back last month, and that was it for 3 months. And there I had a really amazing routine. I didn't really record that much of it, but I've now established a similar routine that I'm back in Canada, which I follow, or I have been following now on a daily basis for the past few days. So I'm going to start. And first of all, at what time is it currently? It's 6:30 a.m. And because it's already October, it's still dark even until I guess around 8 a.m. is when it becomes bright outside. So what I have first of all are these nice light lamps. So I have two of these, and these are really great to essentially replicate the sunlight in the morning because I wake up around 4 a.m. So I, yeah, I really enjoy sleeping early in the winter because it's already dark outside, and I've just now begun to, yeah, really establish 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. as my wake up time. So I've been essentially just working here at my desk since that time, and now it's 6:30, which I think I've already said. But it's really amazing once again because it's quiet and there's no disruptions, and you can just truly lock in. It's like effortless locking in. Okay, so what I do in the morning is all on this piece of paper, which I guess out there you can see. And in essence, once I wake up, I first drink water, and then I have this notebook where every single day I write down the date, first of all, to be aware of what day it is, because that's kind of important. If you ever are caught off and asked what day is it and you don't know, that's kind of embarrassing. And then I write down essentially some hyping up words and things to get me pumped up for the day. And then I've done this forever or since like a few years in the mirror, I'll do the same thing, like hype myself up in the mirror and just essentially say like you're the best, you're the smartest, and all of these things to make yourself motivated. And then I do 20 push-ups. And then after the 20 push-ups, or it's actually not in an order, these are all just unsorted. I have this sheet which has a bunch of quotes, and I flip through it every single day to the one that's on the top in the stack. And that's kind of a nice way to motivate myself furthermore and kind of set the tone for the day. And then I have this duotang, which has, for example, a bunch of affirmations which I read out loud to myself. So, for example, one is I take care of myself, I take breaks when I need to, I encourage myself, I spend time in nature. So, just a bunch of these things. And then there's also like this one, for example, which I call my triggers. So to give you an example, it's just a bunch of things which are essentially time trigger bound, or rather habit trigger actions. I forget what the exact term is. But for example, one is before noon, I will have exercised. Another one is once I enter my house or once I come inside, I'll always put my phone in its place, which is to say, like, I put it in this one room in the corner where I'll never touch it. So it's like it's literally downstairs. I never have my phone upstairs at my desk, and just a bunch of those things. Another like really common one is like when it's 8 o'clock, I will brush my teeth. Actually, that's not really a good one because ones that are like based on time aren't easy to enforce because there's no actual thing which will happen at 8 o'clock that will make you want to do it unless you have an alarm. So I would set an alarm. And then, yeah, that's this duotang here. Okay. And what else for the morning? Yes, let me continue. Then I have this creatine, which I add to my water every morning. After that, I go over my weekly review. So I do a weekly review every single Friday. And every day that isn't Friday, I just read through it. And it's just a couple of notes or like maybe like 2 paragraphs. So it takes me like a few minutes. And then I have a spreadsheet of my habits that I track. So I update my spreadsheet every morning for the previous day to see which of my habits did I do and which did I not do. And then I set my daily goals, which I have on like this piece of paper. But now I'm restarting, hopefully posting them on X or posting like the main goals, the ones that I want to be public. And then once I post my time lapse, which is being recorded, actually right there. There's the time-lapse camera right there. Then I'll give commentary on which goals I succeeded in doing and which ones I did not. Okay, so it's been a week almost since my last update, so sorry about that, because I initially wanted to do this video while I was doing each of my daily habits, but alas, I'm not coordinated enough to record like 5 times throughout the day at each time when I'm doing something particular. So essentially, the last clip, of course, was at 6:30 a.m. and now it's 4:56 p.m. So since the morning, what have I done on a normal day? So once kind of the sun comes out, I'll go for a run and then take a shower after my run. And then after the shower, I check my email, my 2 inboxes, and then like that's the only time in the entire day that I check my email. Check my email once, and then being done with it for the rest of the day is very cathartic, and also ensures that you're not constantly checking it and wasting time context switching. And then after that, I do 30 minutes practicing German with ChatGPT. So if you guys want, let me know. I can make a video on how to practice your language skills with AI. And then I go back to work after a few hours, like 1 or 2 hours. It's 11:30. Then I go on a walk with my uncle for like an hour. He's visiting Canada for 1 month, so every day we go for a walk. And then once I'm back from the walk, I'll do a non-sleep deep rest protocol. That's like the meditation thing that Andrew Huberman does. I don't recommend everything that Andrew Huberman promotes, but that's one of the things that I found really effective. Then I'll eat, and after that, I practice my RemNote flashcards. So that's until I hit 100 flashcards practiced in the day, and then that's enough for one day. You'll notice like I eat in this current schedule, like after I come back from that walk around 11:30, so I'd be home by like 1 p.m. But I usually eat something before then. I still haven't really solidified a solid breakfast schedule or like timing right now. And actually, this is what I want to get set up as soon as possible, because whenever you start like thinking for your meals and like, okay, should I eat now? Should I eat later? You're just wasting your mental capacity. Whereas if you know what you're going to eat, overnight oats, and know at what time you can eat it, then there's no need to think about it, and you can just take action. So after practicing my flashcards, this is the part of my day that has no rhyme or reason. It's kind of, I do whatever I have on my to-do list, and that is another part of my schedule which requires improvement. But once I do reach like 7:30 p.m. ish, then I'll start to prepare for sleeping. So of course I'll upload the time lapse I recorded that day and quickly like add the song that I add and reduce the clip to be like 30 seconds or whatever. Then I'll write down what I'm grateful for that day in my RemNote daily notes, and I do an audio journal recording. So like every single day I record how I'm feeling that day for like 20 to 30 seconds on average. And it's nothing I use actually for reference, but in the future when there's some seamless speech to text model that can like consolidate all of your thoughts and give you some crazy insights, then I'll upload all of my recordings there and see what it tells me. And yeah, then I brush my teeth and I go to sleep. So there you have it. If there's any questions you have, please let me know. And I hope to make a new video soon, because there are still things that I need to improve in my daily routine, and I will do that.